Hi, class. Today, I want to talk to you a little bit about your assignments that are due this week for week one. So let me share my screen. Here we go. So you can enter your modules a number of ways. You can go to the side panel and enter them, or you can enter them right here. And I'm going to go right here so we can go straight to our modules. Now, in our modules, as you know, you probably have already taken a tour of the course. So we have a number of items here for you to review. So make sure you review it. The main thing is you have your book. Your book is right here. And I will be coming back to that because for this week, you have to read chapter 1 and chapter 5 in the book. But let's keep going just to get this show started. So week one, we're going to talk about writing to describe. So that's why you're doing a descriptive essay, a descriptive analysis essay. So this is the lesson for the week. You want to make sure that you go in here and you read everything that is required for you to read. So you start and it's telling you about how it's good to focus on writing, and these are the skill spotlights that they tell you what you will learn, what skills you will cover for this week one. And then theory and practice, you want to go ahead and read that. Discovering, planning, composing, getting feedback, revising, editing, and proofreading. And watch the little video. It gives you some good tips. It's not very long. It's only 2 minutes and 25 seconds. So watch the video. It gives you some tips, and then you read on. Just keep on going down. And then this is a little nice exercise right here. But don't forget paragraph structure, because it tells you you have one thought per paragraph. You want to make sure that your paragraphs are um, nice and neat and coherent. You want to make sure that you have at least 3 sentences in your paragraphs. So just read the little information on the paragraph: topic sentence, supporting sentences, and concluding sentences. And keep this in mind as you're doing your work. When you're writing your essays, make sure that you are using paragraph structure. And then this is a little cute exercise. It says test your knowledge. You just go ahead and you play this little game, and it tells you to put the um, drag and drop all of the different pieces, the paragraphs, over to the correct place to make up this paragraph. So you want to put them in the order where you think is the best order. And after you get them in the order that you think is the best order, then you push submit. And if they're all right, it'll tell you it's all right. But if not, you can actually go in and do it again. So it's just a little fun thing for you to do. And then here's some other advice on descriptive writing that you should pay attention to and make sure that you read it. It's telling you about the reporter's questions. They come up over and over again: who, what, where, when, why, and how. These are questions that you actually try to get more knowledge out of the information that you're trying to write. So if you apply those questions to your work, you can think outside of the box and expand your knowledge and make sure that you are including a lot of different items when you are doing your descriptive writing. And also pay attention to the 5 senses. You want to make sure that you pay attention to the smell, the taste, the touch, or what have you. So you want to make sure when you're describing that you pay attention to the senses, and then make sure that you are using some type of organizational strategy when you are doing your descriptive writing. Is it chronological? Is it from the least important to the most important? Is it spatial? What type of organization patterns are you using? It's a lot to consider, but I think it should be kind of review in a way because this is something that has been passed down from English class to English class. So maybe in the back of your head, you've learned it and it's just a refresher for you. But make sure that you are reading this document. That's why I want to go through it with you. And then here is a writing lab, editing sentences. It tells you right here, you go ahead and figure out what is this and write your answer here. And then you can come here. Is it a fragment? Is it a complete sentence, run on, comma, splice, whatever it is, write your answer here. And then you can click and view the answer, the correct answer. And here is another correct uh, type of correction for each error. You can go here and do the hide and show for this particular area too, and type the answer here and view answer. So play around with it. It's no penalty if you get anything wrong. It's just testing your knowledge to try to see how you are grasping the material. So assignment connection, this is telling you how your descriptive essay, your analysis essay, how it is connecting. And this is the assignment that's due in week 2. So pay specific attention to what it's telling you because it's trying to get you ready for the assignment that's due in week 2. And this is why you're having so much information thrown at you in week 1 is to get you thinking about it, really seriously thinking about the assignment. So I'm going to go ahead and go to the next one that we have on the list, and it is the descriptive essay. And this is the form where you can come and go and write your thoughts about what your essay is going to be about, but I wanted you to really pay attention to what it says because it says that you'll be writing a descriptive analysis based on a career based event. And then it says as outlined in the descriptive analysis assignment description. So you have to go to the description. You have to really read the description because the assignments, they don't tell you every single thing to do. But if you go to where the outline is for the assignment, you will find more details. So don't miss and just think that you have all of the information before you because it's not. You have to dig and you have to find it. So I'm going to go ahead and zoom past this. We have quite a few people who have already responded. And once we zoom past this, then this is chapter 1. Now you could just go right in here and click on chapter 1, but I want to go back to the modules and get it that way because it's easier for me to scroll through the book than to go through the plain chapters that are there. You can do it either way. You can go right here and go to the book, and it'll take just a little second to download. And you can go over to the table of contents of the book. And we are reading chapter 1 and chapter 5. I already have chapter 5 up, but let me just go back to chapter 1. So you can go into the table of contents and find what you need. So we go down here to part 1, and in part 1, we can do the little arrow and go to chapter 1 in part 1. And this is everything that you need to learn. You just go to chapter 1 and get started with writing. And this is the chapter that you will have to read, one of the chapters. And it's very brief. This one is very, very brief. You can scroll through it. And not only that, it is a feature where you can push this button and it will read the text out loud for you. So just go ahead and get that done and make sure that you pay attention to everything that's there for you. It's only going to help you learn. And then we come back over here to our table of contents, and we want to remember what I said, how we come over here and we want to go to part 2 now, because that's where we're going to find chapter 5. Okay, so we're going to go to chapter 5. Chapter 5 is longer than chapter 1. It gets into more detail, describing and narrating memories. So you want to make sure that you allow yourself enough time to read the text, because if you don't, you're really doing yourself a disservice, because this is the bulk of the information from your class is coming from the text. And in order for you to be able to have your work done properly, you have to have some background reading done in the text. Like, for instance, they ask you to focus on this case study right here, case narrative. You are to read this case narrative, and this case narrative should be the basis for your narrative. And it refers to this in your assignment. So I'm going to go out of this and go back to the class, back to the modules. Let me get out. I was in students view, so let me just get out of students view, and then that way I can go right back to the modules. Over here or down there, it doesn't matter, whichever one. But this is just about where we are. We were in the lesson part of the chapter. Okay, so we'll just scroll through a little bit and make sure that I covered all of the windows that you need to cover. But I wanted to show you how to get to your book, make sure that you knew that. And we went through this assignment. And then that was chapter 1, because you have some exercises that you have to do, and that's chapter 5. It's the same. This will take you to the same exact place where I just took you. And then this is an assignment for you to do. It's editing sentences, and it's not a whole lot of work. It's just a few sentences that you have to edit, and a few things to read and see what your understanding of it is. But it's all explained to you. It's not that hard. It's really, really simple. So make sure you do that assignment. And then this is the other assignment, talking about the one that's due week 2. This is just giving you the description of the assignment. So this is where I want you to really make sure that you pay attention. And it also has the rubric attached. If you can, just go ahead and cut and paste this. You can copy the whole entire assignment, and you can copy every bit of it. Let me just see if I can get it over there. My mouse is not letting me, but here we go. You got it all over here. Control C, and then just take it and put it in a Word document. Let's see. Let me see if I can get a new document. And once you take it and put it in a new document, you might have to do some adjusting to this, because it's maybe just a little bit too big. So you just want to go ahead and make it smaller so that it doesn't run off the page and delete anything that you don't need. Now, what you have done now is created a tool so you can come and check to make sure that you do exactly what it says. So you read everything. This is all the assignment, everything that it tells you to do. But in here, it says, in the descriptive analysis essay, you will practice describing events with a clear purpose. The topic for this essay is inspired by the sample essay case narrative in chapter 5. So be sure to read chapter 5. And this is what I just showed you, that narrative that was in chapter 5. And this is the important thing for this essay: describe a project or complication that you have experienced in the workplace and what was learned from it. So make sure that you know exactly what you are writing. And then it asks you these questions. What was the event or complication? And asks you all of these questions, and then it tells you, make sure that you have an introduction, a thesis, a background with details, time and place, descriptions and significance, what happened and why does it matter, a resolution, what actions we're taking, and a conclusion. You want to make sure that you cover all of this. And then it goes on to further tell you that you don't have to use any type of external resources. So you don't have to use research. That's what it's telling you. But you do have to format in APA style. And then it's telling you the seventh edition of the APA style manual has some important changes. So please use the APA essay template provided in the file section. Now, had I read this to you, I don't know if you would have picked up on that, but make sure you go to the file section and get that APA template and use it. Now, additionally, you're going to have 2 to 3 double space pages. That is 500 to 750 words or more. It depends, not including the title page. Okay, so it depends on the text. For this class, you can use Times Roman 12. If you use this is Times New Roman 12, then we'll count the words according to Times New Roman 12, and whatever it comes out for 2 to 3 pages, and make sure that it's double spaced. Okay, if you don't know how to double space, you just go in your line spacing right here and do the drop down menu to the line spacing options. And then you come over here and you make sure that all of this, we're going to set this at 5, or well, let's set everything on 0. And make sure that this is the line spacing at this point right here. And then we can go ahead and set it at double. But you want to make sure you have 0 in between, because if you don't have 0 in between, then it's going to cause it to have either too many spaces or not enough spaces. So that's how you set it. That's exactly how you set it to make sure it's double spaced. This right here is single space. And when I go into my line spacing, I want to come in, let's make this 0, make this 0, not automatic, 0, okay? And then put this on double. Voila, it's double spaced. So this is what it looks like. This is double spaced. So make sure your work is double spaced. All right, so back to what is telling you. 2 to 3 double space pages, not including a title page. And then type and submit in a Microsoft Word format. That's very important because I have to be able to see this in Canvas, and Canvas only reads a Microsoft Word document when you submit it, or a PDF file. So either or. It doesn't take pages, it doesn't take the Google Docs, it doesn't take any of those, the cut and paste text. It only takes a Word document or a PDF document. So be sure when you attach your files that you're attaching the correct file. And here it is, 12-point font, 1-inch margins, Times a New Roman style. That's what you want to have for your font. Now, when it says 1-inch margin, that means a 1-inch margin on the bottom, the top, and both sides. Okay. APA title page. So APA title page, all of that is in your APA handbook. I will try to find that information and show you it's in your resources. So this is the grade in Rubik. And what you need is every time you do something, go here and look and cross it off to make sure that you're hitting all of these points so that you can get your total points. if you can, print this page, print these 2 pages, and put them in a binder or a notebook. And that way you can check them off and make sure that you are doing everything that you need to do to get the maximum amount of points. Okay. All right. So let's see if we can go to what's next. Oh, and then we have this anonymous survey that you guys can do each week. I don't know who's doing what, but just be honest and give your feedback. And it's for every week you will have one of these to do. And I try to make sure that I take care of my students. So I hope that my students remember and take care of me. I try to make sure that you are supported and that you have what you need. So here, this is the whole week. I just went over it. Make sure that you read what you need to read. And these are your course resources. So we'll go right in here and this allow your student access. Here is your APA guide right here. So you want to download that and make sure that you are following it. But it asks you to go to your files so that you can find an example. So you go to the side panel of your files, and this is composition. So let's just see what type of oh, we just passed it. So here is your student essay template document. So you just go ahead and download that and just follow the template. You might want to even print this, then it shows you what you need to put on your title page, all of the information, and then it shows you how to format your essay and how to do your references with the hanging indents. But you're not using any references for this particular assignment, so you just have to basically write it as it should be. But here you know now where to go to get your assignment, your file. You know where to go to get the template. And I think that that's just about it, except for I want to remind you guys, if you can get to it, to go to your discussions. And in the discussions, there is introductions for week 1. So if you have time, just go in here and introduce yourself, and we'll see whatever form you want to use. You can use VoiceThread, or you can use PowerPoint, or you could just type in there and put a picture so we can see who you are. But introduce yourself. Tell us about your major, a bit about your family, your interests, and whatever else you want to share. And I think I will go ahead and share with you guys. And let me make it big for you. And then we will end it with this. Let's get acquainted by way of introduction. Let's start it from the beginning so you guys can hear it. Okay. Hello. Let's get acquainted by way of introduction. My name is Dr. Marvita Gowdy, and I'm a college professor. I have a bachelor's in English, a master's in English, and a doctorate in education. Meet the Gowdys. It's my husband, Kenneth, and that's me in the middle, and my daughter, Kenitra, on the side. She is our only child, and we have been married over 44 years. Here's my fur baby, Jax. That's his first plane ride. He slept all the way. He's such a good puppy. I just love him so. He's such a joy. We love to travel and have fun in our spare time. This is the last trip that we took to Napa, and it was so magical. It was just soaring in the air, just looking at all the beautiful land. It was just so beautiful. Here's a world conference that I went to in Taiwan. and it was mystical and magical. There were tall statues, just towering over you everywhere, a little larger than life, just so big, big Buddhas everywhere you turn. So this was quite an experience. I love graduations. I love to attend graduations because I feel when my students are graduating, I'm graduating all over again. I get a chance to relive that graduation experience every time I attend the graduation for one of my students. And this is a picture of my daughter, Kenitra Gowdy, who graduated with her master's in education with special education emphasis. She is currently a special education teacher for a middle school. Thank you very much for listening. Have a great day. Bye. Okay, let me get out of here and come back to you. So that's just about it, you guys. I'll try to keep you on track, make sure that you're not missing any of these little tidbits, because, like I say, everything is not. I'm gonna stop sharing my screen for you. Everything is not given to you. You have to work for it. You have to look for it. And if I can alleviate some of that stress for you, I will. So have a good day. Take care. Bye.